Hello. You will, I hope, forgive me if I'm a little self-indulgent tonight, but maybe even a little maudlin. Look, no green screen, no special effects, just me, and I'm going to, if you'll forgive me, read from a collection I made some years ago called A Bunch of Fives, and they were poems that when I was at a fairly low point in my life, I'm glad to say that I've moved on from that, and I've moved on from the long dark tea time of the soul, as Douglas Adams puts it. First poem is called Lane, and that's particularly apposite tonight. Those of you who know me will know why. It's called Lane. When I was quite young, I remember dreaming of a dusty lane, closed in by high banks and hedges, curving out of sight before me. The scent of honeysuckle fills the air, dog roses smother the bushes, and tiny, sharp strawberries glow among the leaves at the hedge bottom. The flints of the track are worn and smooth, and the dust is soft and fills the light. I used to wake feeling anxious about what was round the corner, the melancholy that all this would pass when I turned the lane end. Now, I dream of a dusty lane closed in by high hawthorn hedges, curving out of sight before me. Now I know what is round the lane end, and the sickening reality is that all this will still be here when I have turned the corner and am gone. Perhaps another couple. My favourite poem, that you can hear that rippling noise. I've put the fish to bed, but I've left the tank running. It can be a bit disturbing, but I hope you will forgive me and think of the fishes. This is called 2JM, who is, in my mind, the greatest poet in the English language. Yes, maybe a bit inappropriate because today is Shakespeare's birthday. In my opinion, Shakespeare is the greatest playwright in the English language, and he had a particular facility for writing drama. I think his poetry is a bit run-of-the-mill. Sorry if you think otherwise. But the greater poet is John Milton. And if you know Milton, you'll understand these particular lines. When I consider how my life is spent in watching mindless TV every day and working night shifts just to keep the bank at bay, I wonder where the natural gifts all went, the talent that from somewhere else was lent to help me frame my thoughts and say the things that mattered in just such a way that others understood, and now is bent to writing parodies and stuff much worse. If I could close my eyes, shut out this grief, and summon up your shadow, Milton, let me hear the rolling thunder of your verse. Then I could stand and wait in your belief. Oh, Milton, would I had thy patience yet? Yes, I don't want to become too maudlin tonight at this turning of the years, but let me find something. Oh, there's some nice, I might do another one of these one day. This is a very particular poem. It came from a very particular time. I used to work with the composer Roderick Skeeping, and he used the text of this poem to set for a children's choir, and it was performed as part of a set of songs at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in London. So I'm quite proud of this. It's called The Prayer for a Child. There is no sound. There is no sound like the vibration of the ether. The piercing sound of crystal spheres is silence. The farewell tears of stars that glitter, planets skitter in their orbits like fireflies at evening. There is no sound. There is no sound like old fools praying. Remove our fears is what they're saying. No sound of prayers can reach the stars. There is no stairs for angels passing, and the old men's eyes are filled with tears. There is no sound. There is no sound but the still, small voice, too small to still the fears of fools, but carried on the ether, reaches to the child who hears the sound. There is the sound. Okay, and now just to finish, two short ones. Again, appropriate for this time of year. This one's called May Rain. As the first thundery drops of rain dimple the surface of the brook, the trout swim for cover under the bridge. I hurry home in the grey May evening, getting wet. And one not quite I'll finish with this one. It's called A Madness of Growing. Ron walks home to dinner, his carrier bag swinging. He passes the council yard, the gates hanging open to show him only hot tarmac and concrete. A buddleia bursts silently on the wall above his head. A van starts up and passes and is gone. The sun continues its silent work. Two women, deep in concentration, miss the gaudy profusion of primulas and pansies just inside the gate. While they hang silent on each other's words, the March heat causes a madness of growing. And that's exactly what I think about March, April, May, the great time of the year, the great time of hope and moving forward. And for us in the year 2020, this is what we've got. This is the springtime, and summer will soon be with us. All right? Sorry. Good night.